Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another inventive vlog. Woo! I say another, I feel like it's been a little while, but today it's actually like 10 past, quarter past 7, and I've only now got to the ponies. Addie is not platted, so any guesses where we're heading off? And we are competing today, we're not going up the night before. We are competing at Launceston. Oh, Addie, don't be so nasty. That was a bit mean, wasn't it? You love her, really. It's because they think that they're coming in for food, which, to be honest, they are. Actually, let's do that first. Let's get some food into your bucket, because you can have that for a minute. Then she'll be nice and happy whilst I plait. Sorry. Oh, no, camera's done quite well there to keep that in focus. Emily did not muck out here last night. She's a little bit in Sprite's, but not in Addie's. So we'll get their feed. And as I say, we are heading off to Launceston and we are in the 100. I felt silly not to enter Launceston, just given that it is just so close and it's an awful lot less travelling than the majority of our events that we attend. Yeah, I suppose today we are just going up there again just to keep instilling on the confidence. But I have to say I'm a bit like, oh, is this where I should have maybe stepped up? Because we know Launceston, we love Launceston, and it is potentially, because Launceston is up for sale, so this could potentially be the last one. They have got the riding club qualifiers there next week. I can't put water in that. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to give her a proper feed after I finish plaiting before we travel. But this is just a little token of good gesture. Because as I say, if I bring her straight in and start plaiting, then she'll be like, oh, I want a little bit of food. So this will just keep them ticked over for a second. Let me go and pop this in their stables a minute. There we go. Right, so obviously we had a really good weekend last weekend of training, so today should just be sort of instilling that into our eventing day, and that's what we want to try and get out of it. It is much cooler, and I am actually thinking maybe I shouldn't be wearing a sleeveless top. Come on, Spritey! But yeah, really good training. I've also had some really good training because I am a little bit conscious of myself that I want to be just as fit as I possibly can for Addie. Eating well. I've actually been training with Chris quite a few times this week, which has been really nice. Down at the beach, we've done some sand dune hill reps. They weren't nice, my first time and possibly my last time doing that, but I've also been down there for a run, done some strength training, and yeah, just really being conscious again of my fitness. And do you know what, it's made my head feel so much better, and all part of that is also eating well. Now that is where I am super excited to be introducing to you the sponsor of today's video. So cue a little pre-recorded little ad break for you guys. I am super excited to introduce to you Green Chef as today's video sponsor. Now, as I mentioned, I am trying to just be overall making healthier choices. Don't get me wrong, I am not on any crazy diet or anything like that, and to be honest, I love food, I love alcohol, I love sweets, I love chocolate, all far too much. But it's just making more healthier choices where I can, and prioritising. I want to get fitter, so I'm wanting to prioritise protein, and that is where Green Chef comes in. Now, it's super convenient. You pick your meals on the app or online, and then it arrives just like this on your doorstep, and it just makes my life so much easier. I don't have to go to shopping way as frequently as what we possibly did back along before we had these super boxes. So in case you don't know, Green Chef is actually a sister company to HelloFresh, who you guys, if you have been around a while, will know that I have used and loved for years. But this week we are trying out some different recipes. So in this box you get your bag of ingredients. So we just pop this straight into the fridge. This has got a number 18 on, so that will go with this recipe card. So this is the beef moussaka, which is one of my favourites. It lists out all of the protein, fat, calories, how many portions of your fibre days, your carbs, your cook time, serving portion. So we've got 40 grams of protein in just this one meal. Then on the back, it's got all the ingredients, nutritional values, allergens, and then a step-by-step, super easy guide on how to make these wonderful meals. So up this week, we have got, like I said, the beef moussaka, the spiced pork burrito bowl, which actually, if we look over here, has already been made. A bit like Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier. And then we have also got the duck breast in creamy Dijon sauce. Again, look at that protein in that, 61.4 grams. If you guys would like to give Green Chef a try, let's just pull that into shot. And I've got a discount code for you. You can use EMD40 for 40% off your first box, followed by 25% off your next 4 boxes. So lots of savings to be had. I will, of course, pop that all here on screen for you, and you can check out the link in the description down below. As I said, there's just really fab. They've got like all different menus that you can sort of tune in, whatever you're sort of wanting to prioritize into your eating habits, into your lifestyle. Like for me, I'm going for more protein base. I'm trying to work out a little bit more often than I used to be really good. I've just allowed it to slip a little bit. So I'm getting back into that. And I just feel like by having these lovely meals full of protein, it keeps me fuller for longer. And then I'm not so much wanting to go for the snacks and looking in the cupboards or anything like that. But don't get me wrong. As I say, I am not on a full-on diet. I just want to make, where I can, a bit of healthier choices, whether that be lunch or my dinner. And as I say, it's super convenient. You can skip, pause, cancel your subscription at any time, all done really easily in the app. And then, as I say, it arrives on your doorstep, and it also just takes out the stress of having to worry about what you are having for dinner that evening. So if you, like I say, want to give them a try, do be sure, use my code, and of course you can find the link down in the description box below. But for now, I am going to let you carry on with the video at Launceston, and I'm going to go tuck into my spiced pork burrito bowl. Yum, yum, yum. This is quite possibly one of my best ideas yet, and I have to share it. That's pretty good. Guys, it's raining. It's actually raining. I wasn't quite thinking that we were going to be doing eventing in the rain. But hey ho, we've got everything that we need. I might need to rethink about rugs. I've only put one like little cooler in. I have put a waterproof in because I always like to be prepared just in case. You never know when a shower is due, quite clearly. But they've had their appetizer, so now they're having the main course of breakfast. Everything in that for Miss Addie. Make sure that her belly is nice and full before we travel. Although I say that, but today is proper short travelling time. So nice. I'm not missing out, Spritey. All right, darling. You're a good girl. That was as much as I mucked out. She's made this extra mess, but I did brush it into a pile. But she'll have the option coming in or out. So the gate will be pinned back. I've just got the last couple of things to go in the car. I have remembered that I put my show jumping boots on the line yesterday to wash, so I've asked Siri to remind me at 9 o'clock. But we are really good for time. It's 8:25. I've got to hitch up, make a hay net, put these last couple of bits in, and that is essentially all I have got to do. Might put in a couple of chairs, more for Chris, because I'm sure he'll love to sit out in the rain. No, it might come out sunny. I haven't actually looked at the forecast. I just didn't know that there was rain forecast. Oh, should I take that if I want to warm up with that on? to save myself getting wet. I have got my other one, which I'm waiting for the rain because it's like super lightweight and it is really, really lovely. And I have got it in the car. I've been like dying to wear it, but I haven't been sort of out in the rain to be able to wear it. But anyhow, you guys don't need to know that. I'm rambling. I'm going to put the camera down, get these bits loaded, and we shall see you at Launceston. And we have arrived, and look, he's come for another horsey holiday.
I just love it every week now. Got my little jumper on.
Yeah, it does look very good actually.
Mic'd up.
And mic'd up, yeah. I am just conscious whenever I walk a course, it is awful. It doesn't seem like it's that windy, but when I'm editing it, I'm like, oh, Emily, you need to put mics on when you go and walk the course. So that is what we're heading out to do. Nana was going to stay at home.
Now she's pulling my arm off.
Now she's pulling, yeah, she's very excited to be here. Mum and Dad are actually coming up, so yeah, we didn't have our dog sitters that I would usually have.
Human.
So she has come along. She does enjoy it, but you're just not allowed dogs on the rugby pitch.
As I found out last time.
Oh yeah, you got told off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oops. So yeah, she can stay in the trailer. We've had to park down on the hard standing because apparently the field is full, which doesn't usually happen. But I have had to put a jumper on. I'm quite surprised.
More importantly, what we eating?
Oh, I'm going to eat after I've walked the course.
Yeah, fair.
But I'm going to get a sausage and egg bap.
No way.
Head out onto the cross country. I do think that it is already going to be people on it, so just have to obviously be aware of that. But I will download the course on the cross country app as usual. You get signal here, so I don't need to pre-download it at home. And usual me, don't want to look at the course before I go to sleep. Otherwise, that's what I will be dreaming of. I get a little bit nervous. I don't know why I've mic'd you. Anyways, nice log for fence one. I do feel like I need to concentrate as much as Christopher's just said to me, don't you know your way around by now?
It's literally down there, other field, round the corner, through the woods, up in that field, back down, done.
Just like that.
Middle, left or right. Piece of cake.
I do.
You're only going to scare yourself on course anyway.
What do you mean? Why?
Because there's always one jump you go, ooh, don't like that one.
Yeah, but we always like to have one of those jumps though. That's a good thing.
Gets the adrenaline going.
Exactly. Fun fact for you. This was the first place that Addie stepped up to 100
currently
last year.
Fiona?
I thought it was fun.
What do you mean fun? What?
It's just a fact, isn't it?
Here we go. Somebody coming out. They're on the 90 at the minute. Oh, lovely jump. Yeah, it was because I can remember they had that combination at the end that we'll obviously see, and that was what I was worried about last year. We should be doing that one.
What's this, A and B?
No. Fence number 3, nice house. On the right hand side. On down to, I think, our first combination on course. 4A. I think this looks like the fence that was at Badminton with the corner on the side. I think we need to jump that like that to get our straight line. And the B element. Just turn around. So you take that on a curving line, or you could take that as a straight line, but I think I'm going to put in a little curve, come round, pop over that one and jump that nice and straight.
How we doing? All good?
Fence number 5. (6A). Pop over that one. We're sharing it with the novice now. And then down. And have we got a C? I don't think we do.
How you doing? We made it!
I told you the Scots were paying off.
I tell you what, you were quite shaky, mine. Completed it.
It was the dog that I was more worried about.
Yeah, she started to twist us up.
I know. Yeah, I've got spare trainers and socks, so I was like, do you know what? I'll just get my feet wet.
Wet feet.
I mean, these are waterproof, but not for that level of depth.
These horses are quite quick.
Horses, I know, they're flying around the course. Fence number 7, I'm going to the orange there. That's not a good start. To the pink. The Chicana. I mean, I know I was early. I'm now thinking that I'm glad I am, because walking this course is actually taking a lot longer than what I was anticipating. But it's all good. We've got time to allow. But they are flying through the horses. And then I think we just got completely caught out because one was going quite slow in front. And then you had Lizzie coming on, flying on.
Go on then. Oh, how cute.
We're going to be here all day. Thank you very much.
I shall video it and send it to you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Little photo halfway round. A and B. Little corner. But you've got a little bit, which never shows in video, but we've got a little bit of undulation. Just got to take that into consideration when you're sort of coming up around here. Make sure that you keep the power, don't get too strung out. And then pop up and over that one. Nice. Always look back, see where your line is, make sure that you can visualise that. Then we've got one here competing in the 90, they got similar. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. I love hearing all the riders talk to the ponies. And the novice looks quite doable. They got a corner first and then to a house.
Somebody's confidence is high today, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's nice just to look at the course, isn't it? I'm not doing it. Are you taking the mick out of me?
Planning your routes.
I know, I do feel like I'm being... We all say Launceston and we love Launceston and stuff like that, but I just don't want to be... need to be on it and not be complacent.
Don't go to sleep, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, as we're just starting to walk it. Oh, well, you know where you're going. Yeah.
You do slip into that mentality, don't you?
Exactly, when really we shouldn't be.
We're in the way.
We are going to probably be at some point, yes. Fence number 9. Make sure shoulders back. Sit up over that one. And you see some of the novices and you're like, yeah, that looks doable. And then you see things like that and you're like, maybe not. That's mighty wide and mighty big, but is it just where it's positioned? They probably absolutely fly over that, to be fair. But yeah. Anyway, back to my log.
Actually scared of that one, aren't you?
It's a little bit different, yeah.
That's certainly like up there, isn't it?
It's definitely up there. Come on then.
I'm not a dog.
You're looking fit. With your poo bag in your hand.
Yeah. Don't smell very good.
Fence number 10. Nice hay cart. Quite skinny hay cart actually. And I would say up to height, nice and wide. And we're going down into another water crossing. So we've come all the way down and around. This is a good place to kill a little bit of speed from previous experience into B, and then you go around that corner. I'm still eyeing up, but you've got steps in the novice, so you go over that one and then down some steps into the water. And we're going to go this way because there is a little crossing for us. So you go through the water, come up this path, hoping that there isn't one coming. I'll wait till I hear the splashing. Oh my goodness, that could be potentially one now. Fence 12. I've just got to make sure that they're listening as they've come through an open door like that. And beautifully out, just like that. That's an unusual fence. See the curve in that log. But skinny little... Sorry, we're not jumping that, guys, but it's always nice just to look, because I don't think it is too far in the near distance of doing that. I keep doing circles to untwist Nala, and then she just does another circle because she knows that her dad is over there. So, anyways, we're back to another crossing. 13A. Again, going down into narrow. Novice goes that way. And we've got another water crossing to go.
We do the other one.
Another piggyback. Hey?
Should we do the other one? It's a little less flowing, isn't it? And there's no
Yeah, but
horses
this isn't so
coming.
deep.
Hey?
This isn't so deep.
You got horses behind you there.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Definitely the dog that is going to get.
You're so strong, dog. Keep going. Come on, drive up the hill. Go, 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 go.
You're not actually that heavy.
No, I've lost weight. I've been running. Haven't I? Squat. Whoa, I see the hip go.
I actually really want to do that TikTok challenge with you. That you do like the hip thrust, the squat, deadlift, because I don't think I'd be that bad.
What, you picking me up?
Yeah, you've got to pick me and do it with me, and then I have to do it with you.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll be able to do it.
I'm quite slender, aren't I? So.
Yeah, now is the time to do it. And we've got 14A. Step up. What?
Sis.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sis.
We've actually got quite a lot of room, so we should be able to make a nice curve and jump that not too much on the angle. We're now on to the final few.
Oh, excited.
Before we go through the finish flags. Number 15. Nice log pile. And through the gateway. I actually think it was on a harsher line last year, to be fair. 1, 2. 1. Wee. Nice. 4 strides. Just going to stay nice and positive and power down that. You're on a little bit of a downhill, but it's a pretty straight line. I think ever so slightly take the first one. It was a little bit of an angle, but otherwise, then it's just rolling on to the final fence, whether you are kicking for that final fence or half halting and doing your little very slow canter. And number 17, final fence. And on towards the finish. Hey, I'd say course is looking good. As I said, halfway round, do not be complacent that you feel like you've been here so many times. Addie hasn't actually been here that many times, to be fair. It's more me as a rider that I have with obviously Sprite and Lola and now Addie. So do need to ride nice and confidently, positive, and want to go out there and have a good round. It's time for a bit of food. It is all rather chilled and relaxed around the box today. Not that it's not normally, but it is super duper chilled and relaxed. Addie's tail is all done. Have to say, I haven't put any product in that of like making it look shiny, just that it was washed before coming, and wow, what a difference that makes. Who would know? But yeah, feet are painted, studs are in, just having our pre-dressage chaff. Oh, my ads, you're very chilled too, aren't you? Yeah. So is my husband. Ready for sleep. He's done my number. He said the words of on board, so I threw him my number and my number bit. And that's been done. And yeah, stuff is in here ready to go. Just need to do my hair. And we'll be getting on in maybe 15 minutes. Yeah, very, very good. All chilled. Feels a little bit weird, like I'm doing absolutely everything myself. This is your first, oh no, except for badminton. This is your first event this year.
Shit.
Yeah, you haven't been to any events. Eventing. No, you haven't. This is your first one, and we've got mum and dad. Actually, all of you guys. You came to badminton, obvs. But yeah, the whole familam's here today. Even Millie Moo, and you. Good girl.
There's one more after this.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
I just think dressage is really quite like it's, I know that some people like shade jumping, but dressage does take a lot of skill. It's not an easy thing to do, is it? I think it's
No, I
more-
think like eventing, it's the whole thing.
yeah, like it does. I think you've got to, and I know a lot of them like prefer the cross country.
Yeah,
don't they?
Addie.
So the dressage test we are riding is the BE100 dressage test 106, one that we have done before. Now she warmed up really, really well and was feeling really lovely and relaxed. She did have a little, I think you can probably see it here, just to the left of the judge's car, there was something a little bit spooky, but we did manage to get past it quite a few times. We had quite a bit of time before the horn of the judge sort of beeped. But we got an 8 for our entry. It was nice and straight, nice and active, and yeah, she felt really nice and forward and confident down that centre line, which was lovely. Then we come to E, turn left, B, turn right. And previously when I've ridden this test, I haven't balanced her enough for those turns. So I was really determined to make sure that I balanced her. But we got marked a 7 for both of them. And the judge just said slight loss of energy, so maybe I balanced her a little bit too much and could be more supple over her top line for the turn right. Then we do a 3-loop serpentine. Again, I was really pleased. I felt like she changed bend a lot nicer than she has done previously. You're always kind of comparing to the last time that you've sort of ridden a test like this, or your test run-throughs that you've done before, obviously the competition day. We scored another 7. Again, could be softer over the top line. And then turning right at B and your transition to canter, we scored a 7.5. And again, I felt like I balanced her for sort of the right hand turn. And then when we got onto the circle, it was like, okay, we can just like allow her forward a little bit more. And again, there you can just see that I sort of balance her to make that turn. So yeah, I was really pleased with it. Our 20-metre circle, we also scored a 7.5 and had a comment of nice. I will take that. Then H, working trot, and our right turn scored us a 7. CM, medium walk. We did have, I'm not even sure what it was because that scary thing was behind us, but we had a little bit of a spook and just a bit of tension creeped in, so we scored a 6.5. That is actually our only mark that starts with a 6 on this test. Wow, I've only just realised that. So then it's a very short free walk on a long rein on the short diagonal M to E. The judge just said could release more. Fair enough. So we scored a 7. Then working trot, a 7. And then picking up canter, again another 7. Doing that left-hand turn and then onto a 20-metre circle. So our left turn we scored another 7 and our circle was also a 7, and the judge just said could be softer and more supple, which I totally agree with. She went a little bit like almost crabby, a little bit tight on me on this way, which was a shame. Just a bit too bunny hop, not really coming through from behind. But still not too bad. Downwards transition to trot. So that was also a 7, and then we scored another 7 for our serpentine. So after you've done all that canter work, then it's getting them supple again. And how she was on that left canter, I was thinking it could go not very well, but no, it was all good. Again, just commenting on her being a bit softer and a little bit more supple, but comparing to how I know how Addie can be sometimes, I do think that's an improvement for us as a partnership. And then around, it's all very consistent, another 7, half circle to X, and then down the centre line where we did a square halt, and we didn't have any wibble wobbles that Addie can also do, so we scored a 7.5. So very, very pleased with that test overall.
Only thing I will say is the left-hand toe is a bit very crabby and a bit like, I don't want to go that way. Other than that, yeah, no, I was really pleased with that. I think that was good.
Looked a decent halt from the back.
I didn't look down at her feet, to be fair. She didn't wobble, so I was like, just salute and get going. But you were very good, very amenable and very rideable, to be fair. It was nice. I felt actually, it's probably the most supple I've felt it through a serpentine, which was nice. But yeah, very good. Very good. Right, let's go walk this show jumping. On to the next phase.
And on to show jumping. So I've got to admit that I was sat on the ramp, going to put my trainers on and then head down to walk the show jumping course walk, and then I looked at the time, looked at my little schedule and realised actually I need to be going like right now. Got there just in a nick of time to quickly have a walk around. Course is looking nice. A couple of doubles, but all looking rather flowing, and yeah, watched a couple go. And then back. It's weird being parked here because it's a longer walk to the jumping, whereas usually you allow enough time to like walk to the dressage, but now it's like everything is a bit more of a walk. But we're good to go. Addie's doing her usual, going to sleep. Going sleepies. We haven't fixed your forelock very well today, have we? Might need to get the scissors out and do that again. That's true, we are being nice and sleepy. But yeah, and then we'll head down to the show jumping warm up, but just trying not to be a bit too premature. They were actually running a little bit behind in the dressage, and I did feel like we were ready to go in, so definitely the timing wise for dressage warm up was good today, and what I did was good. Yeah, overall really pleased with the test. Obviously haven't watched it back, but you will have heard all of the marks, and of course as usual Emily not finding out my score until the end of the day, basically after I come through those finish flags and finished all 3 phases, and then we can know. But I'm sure that this one here is knowing it. Oh, I did capture you sleeping. Doggy's happy, human's happy. All very still, very quiet and relaxed.
32.5.
Addie warmed up really, really well for the show jumping, something that you can't tell from the videos, but all of the jumps, all the warm-up is on an uphill, and then actually the arena is relatively flat, but she warmed up well, got all that power behind. She didn't actually touch a pole in the warm-up. Then when I went in the arena, I went straight over to that far hedge, because that's where the photographer is. As you can see, there's gaps, so if there's anywhere that's going to be spooky, it's more than likely going to be there. But we then got a nice turn around to fence 1. She did go a little bit spooky between fence 1 and 2, but just tried to keep her out, and also it can be quite slippy in this arena. But we got a nice striding, pushed her after fence 2, then sat back and waited, and we got the right strides. Again, she was just a little bit lucky at the banners on that fence line, but I knew that we had this line of fences coming up, so we did get back nice and straight for that. Then there, I almost went to almost turn her too early, but no, stayed out nice and wide. She did go disunited. As I've done in my previous rounds, I'm trying to not interfere too much of bringing her back. I just want to keep her going forward. So she did have a little break to trot, but didn't hinder us. And actually, I think that set us up well then for the next fence, because it was quite a sharp dog leg back to that fence. And then we're coming down to the final line of fences, 2-strided double, and then here, thought she was going to go, she decided to chip in, and oh my goodness, how clever was she to get her feet out of the way very, very quickly.
Well, it looks like Addie's developed a conscience at last, Emily. Well done, that was a clear round.
Yay! We finally got that clear.
What happened on the last one?
Oh my goodness, she was so good, wasn't she?
Literally, I was like, on the go. I was like, oh my god, what is that?
I thought she was going to go, and then she went, no, I need one more, mum.
And then just bunny hopped over
And then
it.
she just literally went, oh, legs off. Yeah, saved my bacon on that. But no, otherwise I thought it was a nice round.
Everything else, bang on it.
Funny what happens when you go and practice a bit of show jumping. No, she felt really nice in the warm-up and I just could have easily carried on jumping, but I was like, no, now just leave it at that.
Ready to go.
Change, numner, take out the plaits, change the boots, get myself changed, and let's go out on that cross-country. I need to look at my phone on the cross-country app and have a little re-look and look at what the time is, because I don't have a clue what the ordinary time is. Let's not go mess it up now. Hey? Oh, we got some birdie. Thanks, Jane. I couldn't not hear it, could I?
So she said it as you hit the first jump.
I know,
was like,
and I was like, I can hear you. Sometimes they're a bit like with the wind and all, you don't hear them.
Yeah.
But when she started doing it, I was like, I am definitely hearing this, and I can't not tune out. I should have gone, no, no, no. But I couldn't. Anyway, right. Quick changeover. Sadly, we had no Equa reel, guys, at Launceston, but we did get sent some videos, so huge thank you to everyone who sent them in. So you see us going out over fence 2 there. She was a keen bean. She was a little bit apprehensive in the start box, but then once it was time to go, she went a bit like a rocket and out she went. So now you've got us coming to fence 3, that house on the downhill. And actually, for once, I feel like the camera does show the undulation of the ground there. But she flew over that one. Then we've got our first combination on course, and she was absolutely mega through this. Really confident over that first, and she knew that there was a B element, absolutely no question whatsoever, and flew over that. We then go down and we've done the water combination, like through the water. She flew over that, come out, make a left hand turn and over the chicana, which again she absolutely flew. And then we're coming up to another combination where we've got that one on the uphill with the corner. And I'll be honest, I felt like here we kept it, we keep a nice rhythm. We get over the first part nicely, but I just don't know if I turned slightly too early or I just chase her. You can almost see me flap as if to go, yep, there's our stride. And she just needed to chip in ever so slightly on that last one. So not horrendous, but just if I was being proper picky. We then go along this hedgerow, and as you will see, we then have a bit of a spook out to the right. There we go, because there was a drain on the left, but we did manage to get back in line and over that hanging log. Then she flew the rest of the combinations back through a couple of water crossings and then up this step. I got out nice and wide, got onto my line, and she popped over that one nicely. And then we are on our homeward bound, basically. We've just got this log pile here that we get from Chris's angle, but to be honest, there wasn't much change. We see it a bit closer up. It wasn't really much change in our rhythm at all. It was just something that was in our way, and she flew over that. And then here again, just kept that nice rhythm, but got the nice 4 strides and up and over that one onto the final fence.
Couldn't I build one for home? So
No, it's the enthusiasm, it's the cold atmosphere. Yeah, I told you.
I know you did, but
Adrenaline.
I don't
We're
believe
just
you.
talking about Addie going into the start box, and she gets quite apprehensive, and it almost makes her nappy away from the box. And she wasn't awful today. I've had her a lot worse, and Mum was there on hand if I needed to be led. But once she then say go, she goes. But we just got back. We've had a fabulous round. I wouldn't say my riding, I said to you, didn't I? I said I don't think I would, my riding wasn't great, but Addie was awesome. Nothing really like a serious problem or backing off or anything like that. She jumped really nicely. And then I've just been told, so our dressage score, in case you didn't hear it, in the show jumping was 29, so a third 30. And then a double clear inside the time, and we have won. Which I wasn't quite expecting. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but obviously happy.
You're not used to winning, are you?
No. You're brave.
No, just add bridle.
This is the worst time to try and take her thing off, and she just wants to scratch. Good girl. I know, we're going to get you washed off. You're such a good girl. I have no other words. Feels like everything just came in.
Nice.
All our ducks were in a row, and it's nice after like the little blips and wobbles that we've had recently that it's then
all come together. Training obviously paid off last weekend, going show jumping, cross country and all of that. So yeah.
So the ice creams are on you, Emily.
Ice creams are on me. Well, because Chris just said I've won £96.
97, I think.
97. So £97 I've won, but I think I paid 137 to enter. Still out of pocket. That's horses though. I think you will always forever be out of pocket. Addie's that what's the fuss about?
Is that the first 100 you've won? It's got to be, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First 100 BE I've ever won.
There you go.
Hey!
Progression.
Progression, yeah. Well, thought of, because I didn't think of that. I don't think I've won that. I haven't won that many BE sections. Top 10 finishes, but not very many wins.
Cool, Millie, have a good drink.
Millie! Want a drinky? Here you go. Mills. Mill. I need to get my horse washed off.
She's got to be first. Millie! Come here, we're going to have a drink.
Oh, I bet that's nice. Good girl. She was mega. We did have a little, did you see our little run out stupid stoppy thing in the cross country warm up? Yeah, I came to jump one at an angle. And I just didn't have it together, but that was like my wake up call that I needed to pay attention. We've picked up our frilly. Very pretty. And our dressage score, a dressage seat. And really, really nice comments. As per usual, things about her suppleness. Suppleness over the top line to aid expression and elasticity. Is that the right word?
Elasticity, yeah.
Yeah. But we got an 8 for our first centre line. And we got 7.5 for our final halt, same square, which was very good. And then we are just finishing off the day with pizzas all round. Chris wouldn't share his with me. So, what a shame, I've got to eat a whole one.
You got that for tea as well.
That is my tea. To be fair.
Are you honestly going out for tea?
No, this is my tea. Yeah. Need it to cool down though, I'm not very good with really hot food. Hold on to it basically. But yeah. We'll catch up with you when you're at home and hopefully Emily will have found some better words to say. Are you a little superstar? She's like, I just like my food, Mum. It is now the following day. They have come in. I thought of going down the field with them and doing this all cutely with Addie, but I'll be honest, it has come out. We've had a bit of rain this morning. It's now sunny and the flies are out with a vengeance and the ponies were desperate to come in. I think they also know that they get fed at this time, so they were keen to get in their stable. So I thought actually bring you down into Mum's garden and we'll have a little debrief of Launceston. I still can't quite believe it. I don't think it has, if I'm honest, fully sunk in that we actually won. I was not expecting that, and I mean, I don't think I ever don't ever expect to do well. That sounds really wrong, doesn't it? But I really wanted that double clear because I know that we have been so close so many times, and I mean this time we were actually so close of still being on 4 faults, but she was super clever with her legs and yeah, got up and over those horrible planks, but I just managed to stay out of her way. And she went to chip in and I was like, oh, you don't chip in with planks, that's probably the worst thing, but she knew what she was doing. As long as I stayed out of the way and went with her, it was all good, as you saw. So I think, yeah, sometimes that can be like a 50-50 chance whether you do just touch them or not when you chip in like that. But all the stars aligned for me and we got that double clear show jumping that I have been after for a little while, and we got our sub 30 dressage.
So yeah, really pleased. And actually that's Addie's first ever BE win, and it's my first ever 100 win. I've never won at 100. Haven't actually done that many hundreds before Addie. I did a couple on Lola, potentially. Actually, I don't know if I did do that many. Yeah, I don't know if I did. Definitely didn't do any on Sprite. So yeah, actually, and all like the sort of the training and like doing these 105 show jumping rounds and everything like that, it's really exciting because it is pushing me into completely new territory. Like I've never gone that sort of that height, but it does feel like it's naturally happening. And like when I'm walking the course, as you guys will have seen, I am eyeing up the novice fences because that is sort of the next step and where I would like to go. And it's nice just to sort of see how you feel when you see them and think, oh yeah, that's doable. Or it's always different when you're walking a course, to be honest with you. So I'm most definitely, when that time does come and I am going out and I'm walking one of those courses for real and I am riding it, I'm probably going to be quite nervous. But it is just nice to get your head starting to think that. Obviously we did attempt a 105 a few weeks ago and it didn't, well actually quite a few weeks ago, and it didn't go massively to plan. Actually it didn't go to plan at all. So I just want to make sure that we are fully prepared. But sorry, I've completely digressed. Let's go back to Launceston. So yeah, the show jumping was great. Cross country, she was awesome. And I know you guys always tell me off because I am quite, yeah, I don't feel it as being hard on myself, but I am just wanting to be the best that I can, and I don't feel I did ride my best. But actually it was Nikki who sent me a voice note because I said like, oh, I don't feel like I have ridden my best, but actually in previous rounds I have ridden my best and maybe helped Addie out, and then this time round she's helped me out, and that's what makes it a partnership, which is so true. And actually, yeah, where I didn't quite ride, she went, okay mum, no, I've got you this time, you had me at this other fence and now I've got you. So yeah, I do, and I've said it many a times before, I do love our little bit of partnership. And I think it's when those blips happen that I'm like worried that I'm letting her down, or I'm not perhaps reading the signs correctly, or I've tried to push it too quickly, and then I think that's what gets me maybe down a bit. So as I said, when we were going through that little bit of a confident blip and all of that it is fully up and down. Like if you told me when we got eliminated a few weeks ago for show jumping that I was then going to go to Launceston and win, I would never believe you. So yeah, it is full of ups and downs, but you've got to enjoy these ups whilst you've got them. And I am most certainly enjoying it, absolutely buzzing. Still, as I say, I just can't believe it's not really sunk in, but yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed coming along. Thank you for all your support along our journey as well. All the comments that you guys write on these videos is so appreciated massively, and I really do enjoy reading them and sort of relating to you guys. You relate to me and make me feel like I'm not alone, and sort of keeping your chin up, and yeah, gives you that confidence to be like, yeah, come on, keep going. So yeah, huge thank you, really does mean the world to me and to Addie. I actually have got nothing eventing wise planned next. Obviously from our win we have now got a regional final qualification at 100. I know that was obviously sort of on the cards if we did do well in an 100 when I've been entering these, but that hasn't been sort of my sole goal or purpose of trying to qualify. But obviously I've now got the qualification, so it'd be silly not to use it, so we will be using it. Just where we're going to be using it I'm not entirely sure, but as I say, we haven't got any eventing planned at the moment. And actually I think I need to use this time to focus on the first couple of phases, the dressage and the show jumping. We obviously did a really fab cross-country schooling training at Rosamond Green that you will have seen in a previous video, but I'll be honest, it's not the cross-country that scares me about moving up a level, and
And it's not that any of it really scares me, I just think that we need to get the practice in at those bigger track show jumping and dressage, where pretty much we go out whenever we've been out, sort of anytime this year we've been doing novice tests, so I feel that that's quite on par with what you get at novice eventing, if not actually pure dressage a little bit harder. So yeah, I just feel that we need to focus on that, reduce our travelling time a little bit as well, which we have done over the past couple of weeks. I am conscious that she's done quite a lot. The ground has gone, we have had a good bit of rain, but I just think if the weather continues like this, it's going to be rather hard again out there eventing. So save her legs, let's get jumping more on a surface, or just doing a round of show jumps as opposed to going out on a 5-6 minute cross country course. So that's kind of my plan for coming up. So get some lessons in, some dressage lessons in. Haven't had one of those for quite some time now, so would like to get some of them. I'm actually going on holiday with my parents and taking them to Portugal for the first time in 18 years. They are going abroad. So I have got quite a bit sort of coming up, focus on stepping up, scarily, that next level, which I say scarily, but actually it really excites me. It's like the next part of our journey and something that I have always wanted. We have got Lauren coming out next week to give Addie a check over. We've decided to check her more regularly throughout the summer months, just because I am wanting to ask a little bit more of her when we go out competing. So through the summer months, and obviously we're doing, can't hide it, is that we are doing more travelling, so she is going to be checked over more regularly. So yeah, that's kind of what is coming up at the moment. What the next video is going to be, I am not quite sure, but do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so you will be notified when that video goes live. But yeah, hope you guys are all good, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all very soon. You're gonna say bye? You saying bye? Bye! Mwah.